What's good, podcast? I'm back. But this one, man, is definitely a banger. We got Ibattle in the building. We got Kev the KoolNerd in the building. And yours truly, the Bulll himself. Man, they coming in here and they definitely got a lot of things to say. Crazy card coming this weekend that was scared. I want everybody to get your tickets. If you ain't got your tickets, I don't know what are you doing. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I repeat, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Twerk in the building, Loso in the building, Ness in the building, Court Hendricks, man. It's gonna be bananas. Brick Belvy. Hey man, hey listen. Without further ado, let's get into this video, man.
You know what I'm saying? KoolNerd shit. Kev the KoolNerd. Tech support. Sky League. Ibattle South, man. That's what it is.
Yo, it's the Bulll, UBM, Ibattle South. That's all it is.
Oh man, You know what it is. We just gonna dive right into it. For the people that don't know these two gentlemen right here, man, please introduce yourself.
Shit. Kev the KoolNerd, like I said, you know what I'm saying? A&R for Ibattle, you know what I mean? Building up Ibattle South in the roster, helping the whole Ibattle community move forward. Coordinate events, I mean, for Ibattle in the South, from North Carolina to Georgia to all the way to Alabama now, and still expanding. So it don't even really stop there. You know what I'm saying? You know, I rap too, but you know what I'm saying? I like this shit a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? I like this shit a little bit more, but you know, I mean, shit, you can Google me. You can just ask about me. You know what I'm saying? The people in Atlanta, they know who I am. When it comes to the battle rap community, they know me.
As far as that intro, I'm gonna take off on that. I'm same as him, except I don't battle rap. That's one thing I can tell you. You'll never catch me on the stage. Anything else other than that got to do with battle rap, that's me. Battle rap's my passion without battle rapping. And A&R for Ibattle South, we working, like he said, we moving North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, and there's other to be announced coming in the works. Ain't gonna say come, you know, really possibly coming soon.
Question to both, man.
Well, now, you know, aside from what we got booked already.
Go ahead, talk your shit. Question to both. What age or what mindset when y'all were like, you know what, I'm in love with battle rap and I think I know what to do and how to move forward with that. So what was the age or what was the mindset y'all was in to be like, I want to get into battle rap?
Want to go first, Bull?
Nah, we'll just keep one side. I'll let you go, then I'll go. We do it like that just to make it easy on each other.
So for me, you add that I have two answers. Like, when did I fall in love with battle rap? I was 19. Like, so I live in Atlanta, and I've been in Atlanta for 20 plus years, but I'm originally from the Bronx, New York. Okay. I can remember after graduating high school, right before I went to college, I got my first Smack DVD, or saw my first Smack DVD. It was Murder Mook versus Party Artie. Okay. So that's like when I fell in love, or because I'm a hip hop head regardless, you know what I mean? But I saw my first Smack DVD at 19. Okay. So that's when I became a fan of battle rap and kind of continued to follow it. Now, it got a little dormant for a little while. Even down here in Atlanta, we could get the DVDs, you know, the Smack DVDs and things of that nature. But it got a little quiet. So I'll also say I didn't jump into like the YouTube era of battle rap until Summer Madness 2 with Lux and Calico. And that I was, 20? You're talking about probably, it wasn't a 10-year gap, but you know what I'm saying? I saw Lux and Calico came out in 2012. I was 28? You know what I'm saying? Actually getting involved in the industry, again, you're talking about this gap. So being a fan, I just was a fan. But I was rapping too, making music, things of that nature. Everybody make music, but I mean, I was doing it. I was in the industry writing, ghostwriting, things of that nature here in Atlanta, right? And never really, I just saw, you know, battle rap as a fan. Shit, it wasn't until the pandemic, bro, that I was like, man, I could probably do this shit. I'm gonna keep it a whole buck. I was a fan all those years and I was rapping, making music, but it wasn't until the pandemic that I said to myself, I can battle rap or let me get involved in battle rap. But I was like right after Genesis, because Genesis was here in Atlanta and I went to Genesis and that was my first battle rap event live. Like that was my first time going to a live battle rap event. Other than that, I will watch the pay-per-views, VODs, let's keep it 100, the bootlegs, whatever I can get. You know what I mean? Oh, and then after Genesis, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, shit, I could probably do this. And lo and behold, and I'm gonna give him his flowers. I got a homeboy that's been my homeboy for years, Bucky Blitzkrieg. Shout out to him.
Shout out to my man.
I didn't know he was battling. And he posted something on Facebook one day of him battling. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, how can I get down? And it was nothing for him because he know I rap too. You know what I mean? And boom, we make that happen. So like I said, it wasn't until the pandemic that I got him actually involved in battle rap. But I've been a fan since, early adulthood, late teens. You know what I mean?
Respectful. What's up, boy? How about yourself?
For me, battle rap, I would have to say, I guess you call me an old head. I'm 41, so it's gonna sound like when I got into it when I was like 20, about 08, but the Party Arty was the first battle I seen, but I really didn't get into it. The Murder Mook Party Arty, like Kev, but I really wasn't into it that much then. As it started progressing from freestyle to writtens is when I started becoming interested because I've always been a big poetry fan. I grew up during, like I said, I'm getting old. I grew up during your Keith Sweats, the good R&B days, the good rap days, your Tupacs, your Biggies, your Keith Sweats, your LSGs, your Gerald Levert by itself, Keith Sweat by itself. Like I'm saying, I hate this R. Kelly that was before all was about you. You know what I'm saying? Get real with you, like before he was well, I can't say before he was, but before it became public, years before it became public, 12 Play came out when I was 16, 15, so stuff like that. I've always been a hip hop, rap, R&B fan. And, then I seen, like I said, that's the first battle I seen. That's the first Smack DVD I seen, but it just wasn't as appealing to me until it became written and they had to really write it and memorize it and perform it. And then I started actually watching through King of the Dot first. A lot of King of the Dot battles. That's back when King of the Dot, before King of the Dot was popping before URL really got popping. If we want to say it on a scale. And then watching a lot of King of the Dot battles. I mean, I literally at work, I remember I was a warehouse manager, bro, and I ran the warehouse. So I would watch the battles all day and do all my orders from like 2 to 4, like legit. And then from then on, I just watched it for years, and I got tired of working for the man. Just to be real with you, I watched my dad slave for 40 years. He only worked 4 jobs, and he worked every one of them until they closed. That's the only reason he switched jobs. And then after 9 months after he retires, he retired and kept working. But after he stopped working, he gets diagnosed with stage 4 cancer and passed away. So I had already been through. My mom died when I was 2 from cancer. I've seen that. So, life's too short. I don't want to work for the man. I had seen my dad slave for about 30 years at that time, for a little over 30 years. And I decided I want to get in. Maybe I can do this. I know how to do it. I learn fast. I can do a lot of things. So let me see if I can get in. I started out as a sponsor for URL. The first event I went to was for them with Born Legacy Supreme in Raleigh. But then I reached out and became a sponsor for all the bands. I actually did the banners and for all the bands. I did the ring card girl shirts, the ring cards for band 2, because I then started making merchandise. I still got all my equipment. I just don't do it. But for, select people and my people now. I don't try to step on nobody's toes because that wasn't my goal. My goal was to become a person to be able to help these battlers that I'm seeing, because at that time was when you kept, it was just this, you had a bunch of, URL was growing real big. They're the main league at the time. And there's matching up just this guy against this guy. You're running out of matches and it's getting to the point to where they're talking about, hey, we're going to start a rematch card, stuff like that. And I'm like, There's too much talent out here. I was like, I wanted to I wanted to be the person to go out and help. I want to help people. And I've always been a person to help people. So I felt like event coordinating, A&R was what I wanted to do, event coordinate, because then it pretty much covers it all. I can help you, I can provide you a platform to showcase your talent on. Then I can help you get to the next level if you're progressing, just stuff like that. And that probably happened with me back in about 5, 6, 7 years ago. And then I was working with URL, sponsoring them and doing other things, selling merchandise and stuff for a couple of years. And then my pops got sick last year with stage 4 cancer. Mm-hmm. Well, right before that, I stopped. I fell back because I'll tell you this, I about missed something. I fell back from battle rap. And it wasn't because people are going to think when I say that I left URL, stopped working with, around URL. It had nothing to do with them. It just had to do with bad battle rap business in general. Me at the time, being in my first couple of years, had been burnt many times. So, and I got to the point where I was tired of it. So I fell back for a few months. Then my dad got diagnosed with cancer. And I was G-Lo. I've been really working with G-Lo. Me and G-Lo's good friends, but I also manage him. And I've been working with him for about 3 years. And I just felt like he wasn't getting the opportunities that he deserved. So me and Kev, I started putting together a card based around just the one battle. Hit the battle for him. Mm-hmm. And then I got linked up with JL and my pops got sick because this original plan started in January of 2020. And then my pops got sick and then I had to step back and take care of him. And then when he passed away in December, me and him were real close. Like I said, my mom passed away when I was 2. So we were good friends. So when he passed away, I knew, I'm a single father. So I have joint custody of my kids. So I have them here half the time. I don't have them the other half. So when they're not here, it's just me in this empty house. So I was like, you got to find something to occupy your time. Boom. I'm like, let's go back at this full 100%, 150%. And then I reached back out to JL at the time. And then he mentioned Kev. And I was skeptical at first because of battle rap business. And then that's a buck. Kev knows that. It's no secret. And then we linked up. Kev, I could tell right off his vibes. He was way different than most of the people that I've dealt with. Then I went to his first show. That was our first actual face-to-face meeting. We seen, I guess he felt the same way about me. Pause, if that needs to be said. And then I seen how he runs and things.
We all grow, man.
Talk to. Well, you know what I'm saying? I don't think like that. But then I watch it back and I see a bunch of pauses in the comments. But if you got to pause something, it's because you're gay. Because you're thinking gay, not me. I'm thinking about what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Not y'all. Anyway,
talking. And you got to.
So when I'm saying it, I don't mean it gay. So if you're thinking it like that, it's because you thinking like that, not me. But anyway, so and then we decided to really start building this one-day card, and then I got JL reached out to Lex, and with some other people vouching for us that doesn't need to be said, Lex agreed to give us a chance, and Road Rage was kind of like our chance, and it was very successful, and it was all because of the teamwork. It really was because of the teamwork. We all worked as a good team. Everybody had their own thing that they did, and they knew how to do what they were supposed to be doing, and it went like a success. And
amazing.
4 states later, a whole region later, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama.
We need to change the name from South to Southeast for real.
Well, but you know what we was talking about too, and if it moves a little more north, then it might, it may have to just be.
I know what you're saying.
We still in the South regardless, even if we include the rest that we was talking about. That's still in the South. It's on the South half of the United States anyway. It's below the medium line, the middle line.
Dixon.
Yeah. It's South. But no, then here we are right now. I got it. Man, Kev's an awesome partner, man. He really is. We work real good together. Like you said, we talk more than a daily basis. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, you probably talked about this before when he called me to tell me about the meeting. It's probably the 10th time he called me today, or we've talked to each other today. Because
it's one day.
It's the week. Yeah. I mean, and it's not like that all the time. This is the week of the event, a couple of days before the event. But we still talk on a daily basis, and a lot of times it is more than one time a day because it might not be, but for a couple of minutes at a time. Hey, this is this, or what's up with it. But we got a good working relationship, business and personal relationship outside of it. So and with the team as well, the whole team, because I don't want nobody to feel left out. Everybody is a part of the team, and everybody does their job.
Shout out to the team, man. Definitely shout out to the team. This question is for Kev. Being that you said, man, from out of town, moving from New York to Atlanta, being a rapper, what made you transition yourself into an A&R?
Watching people do it wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, just to be very honest, like watching people not take advantage of their talent or putting their faith in people that are not really assisting. You know what I mean? Like I kind of similar to what Bull was saying. I really did this because I wanted to put my niggas on. I wanted to give them the opportunity to showcase their skill, what I see in them. You know what I mean? Try to get them a platform that can get them to the next level. You know what I'm saying? And to continuously see people put their faith in other people that literally aren't helping in any way. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I hate wasting time.
Talk about it.
Non-productivity is kind of like a pet peeve to me. So it's like you got all this talent and you on this league and you rap your heart out and you're a favorite inside this league. Nobody else gets to see it except for the people that were in that building that day. Maybe because, where you're rapping, the footage doesn't come out. All things that are maybe outside of your control, because in battle rap, we know this happens, right? But
yeah,
when you're at a point down here at a certain level where you're up and coming, you haven't touched the URLs or the KOTDs or the Ibattles or the Gates of the Gardens or the bullpens and the Dre Dennises, the Lex Luthers, you know what I'm saying? The Shatas and why the hell is his name? Y'all know who ARPs. You know what I'm saying? Or the Gullies and Organics haven't seen you yet, or the Norbses and the Mike Terras and
who'd you just say?
I was about to say Mike P. No,
who did you say right before you said Mike Terra? No, you said, hey, prime time.
I said Norbs. I said Norbs. But for a long time, Norbs was the guy you had to
get. I'm joking.
I know, but you didn't get to see those people.
He's a staple in the culture, whether anybody wants
That's
to
believe.
I'm sorry. That was no shot at him. He does have regardless. I don't mean to interrupt you on that one. Sorry.
Yeah, but you're not at that point where you've met those people yet. But the people that you're dealing with are mishandling you. And you don't have the wherewithal or the knowledge to kind of continue on. So I saw that. It didn't really take long for me to notice the void and where the help was needed. I'm a troubleshooter by trade. I work in tech.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's what all my degrees are in. I work in the tech world, so I am a troubleshooter. I break things on purpose to fix them.
Talk about it.
You feel me? So that's what I saw. I saw the void, and that's what made me want to be an A&R. I said, I can make this better. Let me take these people. Let me find the talent. Let me get the talent to where they need to be to accomplish their goal, which honestly should be. And if that's not your goal, then that's perfectly fine. At some point in the process, I'll find that out. I haven't found that out from anybody that I'm working with yet. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody wants to progress. And at the end of the day, these cats like rapping. And they want to rap on the biggest stages and get the biggest opportunities that they can. So that's why I became an A&R. That's why I built on this relationship with Bull and Lex and Ibattle, is to give my guys a platform and anybody else that wants to accept my help in that manner.
Question for the board, man.
Kind of like he said, we did it we started out for our guys, and then after we realized how much really hungry people were out there, then, you know, it just went from one person on. Let's do this for everybody. Anybody we can help that's willing to put in the work and wants to take it serious. You want to do it as a hobby? Tell us you want to do it as a hobby. We'll book you on a hobby basis. But if you want to do it as a career, that's the way. Honestly, everyone we go into, we're going into it looking at like you want it as a career. So letting you know now up front. So if you don't want to take it serious, let us know up front. So we're not saying wasting time, but let us know up front so we can schedule like that and we don't waste time.
That's dope. That's real.
Because there are people that do just want to do it for a hobby that don't. I mean, that are good and worth booking and do just want to do it for a hobby. But there's, you know, for the majority of it, most people want to make a career out of it. And that's what we're here for, to help them get to the next level.
Being an A&R and a manager, boy, what excites you more, man?
Actually, being an A&R is like being everybody's manager already anyway. Am I right? Am I wrong, Kim?
No, that's a fact. You're right.
I mean, so being because that's already really part of it. Because whether I manage G-Lo and I manage Sino Savvy, but shout out Sino, he got picked for the Crucible. He'll be in the Crucible. That's from North Carolina. So we already, even if I don't I'm G's manager, and so that I concentrate on getting him booked and a lot of, you know, in different places and stuff like that. And same with Sino, but in the end, my ultimate goal is I work with Ibattle, and so if I manage you, I'm gonna definitely try to have your path on there. But we really like anybody that needs coaching, because that's more what it's like. Then I'm here for anybody, bro. Anybody that really wants to put their all into it and that I rock with. You know me, I'll give out my number. I don't just put it out there, but I put out my number. I mean, you people can call me with real life situations, bro, at any time, because I try to build relationships with people. Like I try to build personal relationships with people I do business with. Now that cannot always be done with everybody, but for the most part, I try to do it, and because I feel better if I know you on a personal basis too, you know. But I mean, other than that, you know, I mean, there are some people you can only be strictly business with, but you know, I mean, the excitement to me is just seeing people's or hearing the reaction and seeing the reaction of a battler when he hears that he got, like Sino, when he found out he got accepted in the Crucible. I didn't know that I could do anything to help him. I just reached out to somebody and it came through. So, I mean, just the reaction from that, the reaction from G-Lo when he heard that I locked in the Saga, he was battling the Saga. Those are, and I got chills, bro, talking about it. Those are the moments. That's my favorite. That's what I do it for.
And then that was a definitely big moment, man. Shout out to G-Lo with the Saga. Shout out to Sino Savvy with the Crucible. Being that
always to do that. I want everybody at any event we do. I want both of us to gain from it. Kev, like our team and the battler. I'm here for both of us to progress.
Being that y'all guys wearing many hats with the A&Rs, y'all manage. You got Kev with the podcast, man. If y'all not tuned in, please tune in to his podcast. Dope podcast.
KoolNerd.
KoolNerd shit. Definitely a cool podcast. Being y'all wearing many hats, what do y'all see in a battle rapper that y'all like? You know what? I want him. He need to be on Ibattle. I need to push this guy. What stands out to y'all being A&R seeing? Because y'all everybody manager. Y'all already put that out there. You know being everybody manager, what makes y'all push a certain individual?
Their drive, their motivation, their willingness to want to learn and do it, and their loyalty. Loyalties and honesty and trust me. Because if I can't trust you, or you know, if I got to worry about you making bad moves, because at that time, you know, even if I don't manage you, man, if I just say me and Kev are booking you or something, and you make a bad move, even though you might not be an Ibattle roster or nothing, but because you battle with us, sometimes people associate that, you know, just like I tell the people I work with, there could be times that I could get mad at somebody, but I don't say nothing to them, or I could get irritated with, but I don't, because it may affect. We wear so many hats and deal with so many people. It could affect one of them many people.
Mm.
You know, so that's why I'm real careful. If anybody knows me from Twitter from years ago, I used to not hold my tongue on nothing, but now, I mean, there's a lot I can say. I don't, because at that time it was just me solo and it only reflected me. Now my words reflect at least 10 different people and could affect any of them if I say something bad or do something. So I look at it like that. Like, I represent more than just me. And so I carry myself the right way. And them thinking that, them knowing that and doing it too, because knowing that even their actions can affect it, just like anyway, you know, watch who you hang around, quote unquote. Your action, you know, who you're around, you know, you get referenced. So just stuff like that. That's what I look for the most.
What do I look for? Talent. I think that would be the biggest thing for me, is like, I look for talent. I look for the foundation. I look for the fact that this is still hip hop. And at the end of the day, you got to have bars. You know what I mean? Can you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's a lot of things that I can teach you, but if you have to be able to put words together first. You know what I'm saying? And if I see that you're damn good at putting words together, everything else I can teach you. So that's what I look for. I wouldn't mind. I mean, at the same time, I wouldn't mind, you know, helping or managing somebody that was very well put together. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That just means I can help you in a different, right. But that also means that I try to, like I said earlier, like I'm a troubleshooter by nature. I break shit to fix it. So you could look polished, but I could probably still spot a chink in your armor and try to help with that. Like, so I try to find the gaps and fill them, whether it be from all the way having to mold you, but you at bare minimum have the ability to rap very well, put words together and things of that nature, to, hey, maybe you can rap very well. Maybe you know how to control a crowd. Maybe you even have your own branding. I'll say that about my guy, Mac the Captain, is like, he's
Shout out to Mac.
yeah, shout out Mac. Like, he can rap damn good. He can control the crowd very well. He even has his own brand and fan base. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, hopefully he don't have a problem with me saying this. I doubt it he will. But where he wanted my assistance was on the business side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, bet we can.
For that, I was there with Kev. I was at the same place that day before they locked in. So
it's like, you know, it's on the business side. Where can you help me with the business side of all of the things that I do? My rapping, my other talents thing. How can you help me scale these things? Bam, there we go. That's where I fit. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I look for. I you know, you could be at any stage in your career, and I believe that I can assist. You know what I'm saying? I will find the gap that needs filling, and I can, you know, help with that.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Nah.
On that note, like Kev said, I had a battler hit me up last night. I don't say his name yet because we hadn't, not all quite official yet. But I had a battler hit me up last night about managing, and I'm real picky because of but he is already established. He is already has somewhat of a name. He's pretty. If I said his name, you know him, but I'm not yet. But till it's official, and he come to me with the same thing like Kev said. He said, "Look, I feel like I've been booking my own battles. I've been setting my stuff up for a while, but to me, I'm getting nowhere. Can you? I know as a manager, what managers do. He's come to me for like the help with the business side of it. What do I need to do? Can you help me with my business side of it?
Mm-hmm.
And, it's probably going to be a lock in for sure. But there's just I have with my company, it's I just want to make sure before, like I said, my name reflects other people, and then their name will reflect me. I want to make sure before I say that it's the right thing, and it's not. You know what I'm saying? Do my research.
Yeah. This role is necessary in battle rap. Period. Right? Like you think of, and I'm talking about the manager and the A&R role. Like you hear of battlers who have management, right? But at least in my experience, there aren't a lot of battle rap managers that bring everything to the table. I think you just have a lot of battle rap managers that probably just handle booking.
There are a lot of there just to book you and get the money off of you.
Right. They're just handling booking, right? Like they don't handle everything else. I don't know his name, but he gets talked about a whole lot. But from what I see and understand, like Av's manager provides a lot for him, not just
shout out Kenny.
There you go, Kenny. I knew it was on the tip of my tongue, but
Twitter is Kenny 757. But yeah,
Av's manager does a lot more than just help book him in battle rap. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's my aspiration, is to be that type of level. I think inside of being a manager or even in A&R for battle rappers, you have to understand how to tell the story or control the narrative. And I say that as an example of what battles to take and what battles not to take, and where to take them or where not to take them. You hear all the time about battlers, and you know what I'm saying, you'll see Lex talk about this. Go ahead, go down there and battle Loaded Lux on Scum Bucket Battle League and see what it does for your career. You understand what I'm saying? Like, sometimes who you take, when you take them, and where you take them, all that matters. You know what I'm saying?
Who and where, it matters. You can battle, like he said, Loaded Lux on Bulldog. I didn't mean that. On Bum Scum Battle League, but that doesn't do nothing for you, as opposed to if you would battle an up and comer on Ibattle or on anywhere other league, the Riot or something like that, because the Riot is going to get more views. The Riot's going to get more views. Bum Scum Battle League, it's got like 400 subscribers, if that.
Right. So the who, the what, the who, the where, and the when in battle rap, battlers that are out there doing it on their own, they don't manage that very well. You know what I'm saying? They don't manage that very well. They get an offer, they take the plate, and they're happy if they get paid. A lot of these plates they're taking, they don't get paid for, and they still take the battles, but then they're happy if they do get paid. So what if you get paid? I will tell a battler right now, you know what I'm saying? This is no disrespect, but a battler taking a battle on, I can't do the example without actually naming something that I know. All right. So this is no disrespect to anybody. I say this respectfully. A battler getting paid to take a battle on Bars Battle League in Central Florida, I would guide that same battler to take a battle for free on Ibattle and watch where their stock goes.
As
if you do well.
I can tell you people that have been getting paid. I'm not going to say no names, but I can tell you there are people that were getting paid that actually stepped back and didn't get paid their first time battling on Ibattle, just to establish themselves on Ibattle. Not
respect. Primetime waving his hand. That's respect.
That's respect right there. But I'm not going to say to people, because they might not want their names put out there, but that's respect to you, Primetime, for, but not saying they ain't worth getting paid and they didn't deserve it. But, everybody has their processes, and if we paid it, if every league paid every battler, they would never be able to put on another show.
I'll give you a perfect
people
example.
Like you, Primetime, you took your hand up. It's people like you that make it to where we can have these shows and give the up and comers talent, the guys that's not been battling nowhere near as long as you, or the one, like the only got 1 or 2 battles, and give them somebody to come watch them, because if we book them alone, no shade to them, it might not be hard to get them a crowd other than the stream, because we have very, very loyal Ibattle fans. So the stream, they'll definitely get watched. But you know what I'm saying? Just as far as coming to the show, if it wasn't people like you that would do it, do it like that, and then people like the ones that we do pay, the people think we pay the names to come out to bring out the crowd for the. When we do the 3-day cards, the 3rd day is so slammed to get the crowd out there for the day 1 and day 2. If we,
but those people that get paid, they've earned it though. The people that get paid,
the people that get paid have been, definitely earned it. But that's why we do that, is to bring the crowd out, so that people that can have some people that to get new eyes on them and see that they're dope. And then if they do good, we try to help them out from their own.
But it's like this, right? I'll give you a real world example, Primetime, right? Black Mage is probably one of the most talked about battle rappers right now in the whole culture. And it's not that he hasn't been battling, because he's not like, they know him around No Coast, Chicago, in his home area. No Coast is a pretty big league in the culture, period, in different regions. But he battled day 1 on Road Rage. Day 1. Had battle of the night on day 1.
I think he
gets booked again to come to New York. Goes crazy on his op in New York on Ibattle. Then he gets one of the top tiers within Ibattle, Homeschool, and has battle of the night again. This is a battle of the year contender, not the Mage versus Homeschool. This is a battle of the year contender for those who have had the opportunity to see it. Go subscribe to the Ibattle TV app if you haven't seen it.
Go ahead.
But now battle of the night on a card that Marv 1 performed, bro.
Tough.
Battle of the night on a card where the legend Marv 1 performed. And now Black Mage will end the year, more than likely, he's going to end the year with several paid battles. I know of one already. I'm not going to disclose it.
Yeah, but we know one we can't disclose. Yeah, but
you know what I'm saying? So you're talking about 3 performances over a 6-month period of time that he did for free, but he wowed the fuck out, and this man will probably never have to battle for free again.
And we can go on like Sino. I'm not trying to say it, but Sino, they won a Road Rage, showed out. Mac, then it goes to Mac. He did a studio series, showed out. Then they had Sino versus Mac for King. We had him booked for Kings of the Underground in New York around the same time Mage was getting his second battle for showing out. For some legit behind the scene reasons, that battle couldn't go down that day, so we rescheduled it for Never Scared. Had that went down, I guarantee you, both of those battlers would have probably, because of their ability, would have probably had a classic battle and both be battling a bigger person on this card.
Correct.
But everybody has their own path because of different things happen. But there's not. If that's a prime example, if you put in the hard work and the dedication and the effort, Black Mage is a prime example of what we can do for you.
Now you got to be fired, though. You got to be fired. You got to be fired. Mage is fired. Yeah.
Me pity packing off man.
Mage is fired. Yeah, you got to be fired. He's definitely fired. Each battle he has. First battle he was very impressive. The second battle he stepped up his performance and was even more impressive. The third battle and same. So he definitely deserves what.
Well, me pity packing off what you said, I got a couple of questions. First question, we be going back to the management side, and you said about Kenny, and you said he can do everything. Is it disrespectful to have more than one manager?
The only reason the disrespect will come in is if the managers don't have the understanding of their role, right? That's a conversation that has to be had. You know what I'm saying, and an understanding that has to be placed before the roles are assigned, right? Like I'll put it to you like this. If, again, I'll just give, it's not a real world example, but I'll use the example. Like if Mac just came to me and said, yo, Kev, I'm hiring Bulll to do all my bookings now. We didn't have that conversation prior to. So if the understanding is there and the conversation is had, it's like, yo, because if you think about the hip hop industry, period, there are artists that have several managers, not even just two. They have some. They have tour managers. You got big artists that they have a tour manager. They have a road manager, which is very different from the tour manager. Mm-hmm. Okay. They have a general manager. They have a booking manager. They have business managers. You understand what I'm saying? So it is very possible to have multiple managers. My thing is the conversation should be had. And if the relationship with the artist, between artist and manager is strong enough, then that conversation should be able to be had to say, yo, you're very good at handling my bookings and getting me paid on that side. You're terrible at managing my money. I need a business manager.
Let me throw something in there real quick on a manager note. This is not to that question, but I'm going to give you a good reason of why. So, I don't think all battle rappers need managers, but I think the new ones or at least a coach and some kind of mentor, because when it comes to getting paid, and I've seen this multiple times, and I'm not going to call any names, but when I've seen this, when a league, if you don't have a manager, when a league goes to book you, they're gonna, hey man, I ain't got this much, I'll look out for you. I'm gonna book you again. Can you take like a couple $100 less? Blah blah. When you got a manager and they have to go through the manager's not doing that. Now don't get me wrong. Like I don't know about Kev, but me, I my battlers get the final say as far as them, the money and stuff. But if it's something I know they're gonna say no to, which I know I'm pretty good. It's clearly out the ballpark, then I'm gonna say no. But I always, like if it's a arena, like, hey, well, will he take? I always go to him with it, but it's got to be a reasonable. No, I'm not gonna let him offer nothing $100 for a battle if you deserve $800. No, that's an insult. I would tell him no. I wouldn't even bring that to you because I know what you would say. But if they said, hey, can you take 7 instead of 8 because we got a tight budget or something, then I'm gonna call you and be like, hey, look, they offering 7 instead of 8. It might be a smart move. Go ahead and take it. It's just $100 less. They're promising to look out later. Either way, you just $100 and it helps. You know what I'm saying? Different situations, but a manager is definitely going to be more business than it's more of a buddy system when you're a battler battling. Other than exceptionally, I'm going to exceptionally say with Ibattle because Lex pretty much manages everybody in Ibattle and. An Ibattle, you don't have to what I'm saying. In Ibattle, you don't have to worry about that type of stuff happening to you.
Here's my philosophy. Here's my philosophy about artists in general needing management. But we're talking about battle rap, so I'll say this, right? Why do I think battle rappers need managers? Because they're the artists, and the most important thing is that battle, whatever battle it is at that time. Your focus should only have to be on your material and performing. So it is important, in my opinion, that you have somebody that can worry about the other stuff so you can focus on what's important. So being involved in the process with your manager as a battler, I think that needs to be done. But my reason for saying they need managers is because you probably got some battlers that are out here that are probably managing too much. And then you're taking battle here, battle there, battle. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll just go ahead and say it. We love him. He is working on GOAT status, but Danny Myers probably needs a manager.
Yeah, like really real shit, like he said, like Kev said.
That's a workaholic. I thought I was a workaholic.
That's a perfect example because the art. What if what if you are booking yourself? You are getting booked like Danny Myers every week or every other week. You need to be concentrating on getting ready for each one of these battles,
correct,
one after another. Not real talk. If Danny Myers had a manager, do you? I can't say he wouldn't have, but he more than likely wouldn't have choked against real sick like that because he
If
wouldn't have to
Danny
worry about
Myers had a manager,
booking.
if Danny Myers had a manager, my bad to cut you off, Bull, but if Danny Myers had a manager, he would not have battled Shotgun Suge a week before Real Sick on Gnome.
Exactly.
But guess what takes precedent? I understand that Suge might be the bigger name, but the bigger plate at that time was Gnome. I'm not saying don't battle Suge, but I'm saying he needed someone to step in and say, hey, Smack, no, book it some other time. He could have done that on Smack's birthday.
He definitely a statue guy to say no.
He didn't have an intermediary to have that conversation, and he did it for the love that in the relationship that he had with Smack. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, you gotta think of it, yeah. Plus, Kev, you got to think about they're worrying about their flights, they're worrying about their hotels, they're worrying about their, you know what I'm saying? That's what your manager does.
That's what your manager does.
At a certain level, I do think people do, or as like if they have the right people around them that are of managerial status, like your Lex. If you have people like that working with you, then you don't need a manager. But if you don't, then you do when you get to a certain level.
Again, I'll keep it real world. This is real, like happening this week over the last few days. Okay, and I'm not going to divulge too much, but my conversations, even we Never Scared, is August 6th through 8th, right? Mac is battling on Sunday, okay? Mac will be in Atlanta on Thursday. Does Mac have to worry about how he's getting to Atlanta? No, he knows how he's getting to Atlanta and when to be where he needs to be and when he'll be in Atlanta. Does Mac have to worry about where he's going to? No, Mac knows where he's staying and when he needs to get there in Atlanta. Mac knows when he needs to be at the venue. He didn't have to actually manage those types of things. Did we have conversations back and forth in terms of coordinating? Sure. You know what I'm saying? But those are the things, especially the week of the battle, he shouldn't have to have concern about. His concern this week should be locking his material, making sure he gives the performance of his life on Sunday. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not leaking too much. I'm just going to speak in generals, but because he is building a name and people see him on this flyer and they have seen him perform, he also gets inboxes, phone calls, or whatever. What does having a manager do, especially in a week like this? Hey, yo, I need you to holler at Kev. He's my manager. He handles that for me. Boom. So as I'm managing things or handling for this event, I still get those inboxes about my artist. Yo, we want to book Mac such and such a date. Da 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 da. All right, and then I'm the one that has those conversations. Who's the op? Where is it? When is it? What's the platform? Like, he don't have to have that conversation. He can focus on his material and being prepared because he got the biggest fight of his life coming up on Sunday.
Speaking of that, Peter packing on that. Like I said, ask both of y'all what y'all looking for in an artist. And we said working hard like Danny Myers, but they also have to outwork y'all as well as Ibattle. Because if I'm not assuring me correctly, y'all be hosting 3 events every card, and it always be fire, man. How do y'all have the time to do all of that and still manage y'all artists? How do y'all do that?
For me, I'll tell you, I got ADD. That's no bullshit.
Let's talk about
I have to focus on multiple things at once. You know what I'm saying? Or else I get fidgety. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, it helps me. It actually slows me down because I have something targeted to focus on, and I can manage tasks and say, all right, bong, this is done. Now focus on this. Bong, that's done. Now focus on this. You know what I'm saying? I have a calendar that I work with. You know what I mean? And again, that's another corporate trick that I picked up or whatever. To-do list, shit like that. Bull knows this. Excel spreadsheets, shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
hey, I'm old school, bro. I still write it down on draft pad.
But that's what. So yeah, like it actually it keeps me engaged. You know what I mean? and you know, so my brain can keep working. I know I also understand not everybody can do that, but yeah, man. And at the end of the day, the goal is to have great product. So you're gonna work hard to make sure that happens. No matter where it is. If it's my artist, he's the product. He gotta be, you know, he's gotta be great. This event has to be great if you want to continue on, because especially in this industry, one bad event and that could be detrimental to the remainder of your career. Definitely. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, that helps. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, we're when we book one event, we really are doing either two
already
or three
or more.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it keeps it going.
On a similar note, I'm kind of like Kev. Since I was young, I've always been a busybody. I wanted to learn how to do everything. I got Class A CDLs. I've been welding since I was 14. I can build houses. I can work on cars. I can work on boats. I can work on motorcycles, stuff like that. So I've always had it, like, honestly, and if I'm not handling 3 or 4 or 5 things at a time, I like, sometimes when we really, like, right after a show and nothing, like for a brief week right after a show, because like Kev didn't mention this, we might be focusing on a 3-day card, but we also got another card on 8/28 that's already full. We've already done. We've got another card that I'm working on in September for North Carolina. The week before our card, we have it again in Atlanta, home of the Brave. I'm having a studio series. We're having a studio series the 17th of September in North Carolina. And then we're having Scrimmage 3 on the 18th in North Carolina. We're having a studio series the following weekend on the Saturday in Atlanta. And we're having Home of the Brave that Sunday. So we're not just, and so like there's sometimes right after an event, like that 1 or 2 days after the event where, you know, it's kind of like a come down period. And I'm like, well, I'm missing something. What am I forgetting to do? You know, because the last week of the event is really jam packed, and I'm used to doing multiple things. If I don't, then I can't just concentrate on one thing.
To be so big as a lead, y'all have your own app. It's crazy. Shout out to all that, man. And then y'all have the top relationships. 3. Definitely. And then y'all
top
just
3, but not 3.
Definitely expanding and being like local but global is fire. So so being that y'all had a relationship with the Twerks, the Low Souls, the Ness, you know what I mean? It's crazy to be a part of anything that Ibattle's doing. So do y'all have a 3-strike rule? So if a man is coming, just stink the place up, first time coming to Ibattle, do y'all put them on the back of the line and y'all just done with them, or y'all give them another chance?
It ain't 3.
It's kind of like, it ain't even 3 really. It's like Kev said, it's really a little lesser. It's on a case by case basis.
Damn. Get them out of here with one.
Let's go on.
Get them out of here.
I'd say
it's
2.
Case by case basis. But like, if you come and you just really flop one time, and then we give you a second chance and you come and you just really ain't tried and you flop again, then no, because you are not flopped. I'm saying, like, you really didn't prepare, you don't care, you choke, you can see it. People knowing that you didn't spar with nobody. Like, there's one big thing that, like, Lex is real big about that me and Kev's picked up on, is that whenever you got a battler that's got a bigger battler coming up that he's battling, getting that battler to battle with people of that spar with that people of that stature. Mm-hmm. Well, if you're not out here sparring with people, and you know, and promo is just as much as important as you battling, because if you don't sell the fight, who's going to want to see it? If there's not, you know, there's not really a storyline behind everything. But and if there's a storyline, it's a lot easier to sell. But if there's not really a storyline behind it, but you're booked to battle, that's still from the time you're booked until you finish that battle, that guy's your op. So, you know what I'm saying? You got to concentrate on that, you know, and so it's a case by case basis, but it's really more of like, because there's a battle. Let me put it like this in real terms. A battler could go in there and really try his heart out, like we were talking about earlier, and choke all 3 rounds. We're going to dub him? No. We're gonna go let him know what we seen, what happened. A, you were a little nervous, or A, you didn't, whatever, and try to guide him. Now, on a reverse note, you can have a battler that's dope as hell, but have the shittiest attitude in the world, bro, and or shittiest work ethic or attitude. And I would rather not work with you. I don't care who you are, because there's a lot of people out there hungry and want to do this, and they have good work ethic, and they really are going to dedicate themselves, and they are going to come and show up every time. And they're getting looked over or pushed to the side they're not from us, but I'm saying sometimes from people just to have a name on their card, or to have a card full of names. And a lot of times, and I'm not trying to blow up Ibattle. Yeah, I am giving us props, but like you can go watch an Ibattle card and you may not know none of the names on it, and it'd be way better than a Summer Madness you just watched, or a Max Out 2 you just watched.
That's a fact. Yeah.
You get 10 battles, and all 10 of them be fire battles. And I'm not throwing shade to no other leagues, but you get a card from another league, and let's say a gnome, and then two people choke, or I don't want to say names of certain people's events, because I don't want to feel like I'm taking shots at them. I'm not in reference into it, but just saying, like, and that means more to me than anything. The people getting in there and rapping their heart out and trying. We can always work with you and help to mold you into a better battle rapper, but we can't change your shitty attitude, and we can't change your shitty business ethic.
Like he was saying, right? Like, I can say this, I give second chances, not thirds. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you can come in there and like Bull was saying, maybe you were nervous. All right, cool. We'll give you that coaching, because sometimes coaching is important, especially if we're not working with you on a daily basis. If you come in here and stink up the joint a second time, you're going to have to go somewhere else and prove yourself before I allow you back. And that, I'm not going to call it a suspension. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely not going to be silencer protocol.
Definitely a write-up, though.
There you go.
Probation.
Probation. I'm gonna write you up.
It's a probationary. It'd be like a probationary period.
You gotta go show me that it's worth me giving you a third chance before I actually do that. You know what I'm saying? So
especially if it's memorization issues. Issues.
And I keep it a buck. As a rapper myself, I only critique and give criticism on things that I can do myself. You understand what I'm saying? For me, there really is no. So blankouts happen. It's never happened to me, but I've seen them happen. Right? There's really no reason for not preparing properly. Or remember, if you're a rapper and you rap, memorization is not. Should not be an issue. Now, sometimes people get gun shy. Sometimes, boom, blankouts just happen or whatever. And we can forgive those. You know what I mean? But you can tell the difference between somebody who just didn't prepare properly and somebody who's having a brain fart. You know what I mean? You could tell. At least I can. As an A&R, a talent scout, a person that watches battles. You know what I'm saying? I can tell when people have flawlessly switched to freestyling from their written material. You know what I mean? Like I was just having a conversation the other day, and I'll tell anybody this, and you know what I'm saying? Like the Ace Amin and Cortez battle, right? In that second round, even though a lot of people gave Cortez that second round because he didn't have any Ace Amin didn't stumble either, but whatever, they thought he stumbled, right? There's a clear line of demarcation, in my opinion, where Cortez literally stopped his writtens and was freestyling.
I've seen it too. I noticed it too, so I know what you're talking about.
Just because he did it flawlessly didn't make that round better than what Ace Amin spit, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
I can't critique I can't say, like Kev said, I can only critique I only critique things that I can do because I can't battle rap. I ain't gonna say I can't. That's just not. But I've watched so many of it. I watched so much of it. Like my life for the last years have been, home, kids, battle rap. All my extra money, Kev can tell you, because his goes to it now. So, all my extra money for years I have invested in battle rap. So I've been around, been at a lot of events, watched a lot of battles, hundreds and thousands. I don't know if I say thousands, definitely close to it. And I don't have to play ball to be a commentator. I've been around it a lot enough to know, and I'm a very intelligent person, and I'm very good at reading people, their body language, their gestures, their tone changes, stuff like that. I'm very, very good at picking up. I'm a walking human lie detector test, really, and I'm not trying to brag about it, but I really am. And stuff like that. I just really pick up on things real quick.
You're definitely the Coach K of battle rap. Being said, y'all all said y'all already booked from future cards. Now we have people that's probably on this card are Never Scared. Shout out to Never Scared. Thanks you for bringing me up there. But being
shout out Prime Time. Prime Time is on the card we talking about.
Prime
he is
Time
one of the people that's not getting paid, and he is one of the people coming to put on for us to help us out.
He gonna probably do his best to try and make sure this is the last time he don't get paid.
And I'm not saying that. Not saying that. I didn't mean that.
Feel me? Yeah. You feel me though?
Yeah. That's what we're here for, to give you that, to give people the opportunity to start getting paid, start making money. If you want to stagnate somewhere else.
Exactly.
Over here we want it to smell like flowers. We don't want it to smell like swamp. Flowers. We don't want it to smell like the swamp. We want it to smell like flowers over here.
Roses, daisies, you know what I'm saying? Tulips.
Yeah.
But being said, do y'all whisper, I like baseball. I know y'all watch baseball. Do y'all watch baseball? Okay. And how a pitcher having a bad game and then the man come and talk to him and sub him out. So being that if a person messes shot up for the next card and you feel like the opponent just washed them, do you give them the feedback with the whisper like, hey, maybe you can't make this card? We're gonna give it to we're gonna give it a Prime, or we're gonna give it to Benz, or we're gonna give it to Bishop, or we're gonna give it to Sino. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all do that right then and there, or do y'all just wait a couple of days and y'all have a meeting about it, or y'all do it?
I'm glad you asked that question, because that is one part of our process. Like a lot of when we do, there are names that are on Never Scared that are put in a slot for future cards. But it also a major part of whether they stay in that place is what they do this weekend. All right, if say we got you on, we don't never book people within 4 weeks, so I'm not going to use the manifest card because that's literally like 3 weeks later. So say we've got you booked for either the North Carolina or the Atlanta card in September, and you really, really have a bad performance and Never Scared. Well, there's a real good chance that's not it won't happen the next card. It you know what I'm saying? That card and yeah, it'd definitely be talking to you about why, or I mean, if it's a real bad performance, you probably wouldn't. If you just like you got some things to work on, then yeah, it's hey man, work on this, work on that. You got 2 months. It's because I'm using you got a month to work on it, work on this, work on that, and come back and show me next time that you fixed it. But if it's a horrible experience, then probably you probably would be pulled and replaced with a different person that did do what they were supposed to do on this card. That wants that shot, that did really show up and wants that shot.
How you feel about it, Kev?
Yeah, no. So the same thing, like it's possible, because like we were talking about earlier, you know what I'm saying? Like it's about the storyline. It's about the storyline. So I could have you booked for something. You know what I'm saying? But if your op outshines you, I may have to look at you a little different and be like, all right, how well did he do in this particular opportunity? You know what I mean? So it's not always going to knock you out of position, but it could probably delay some things.
Or not even your op. Not even your op. How about the other 28 or the other 54 battlers that battled on the card? Or let's knock down off the court. What about the other 40 something battlers that battled on day two? If it's not, maybe your op didn't show up, but they might be 2 or 3 other battlers on day 1 or day 2 that really, really took advantage of their opportunity. Not sorry to interrupt you, Kevin. That I just wanted to say that it didn't necessarily had to be your op. It could be a lot of other people on that card that did, that really came and worked like they were supposed to.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a fact. Like, let's just say, like, you just have a complete, like, the battle is just not good, period, on either end. Mm-hmm. It don't necessarily have to be your op that outshines you or whatever. Like, y'all just could, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, the thing about it is to have everybody on their A game all the time. There we go. Thank you. It happens, right? But guess what? When it does happen, they're called setbacks for a reason. They disturb the storyline. You know what I'm saying? Yep. So if you have a setback, that doesn't mean you're all completely out of play. You know what I'm saying? But to go to, like your original question, is it possible that you could already have another plate lined up after this particular card? Absolutely. But nothing is guaranteed.
Solidified.
Right. Yeah.
You can always change. Like we said earlier, you're only as good as your last performance right now.
Right.
As you're coming up. And the only exception to that is, but we're talking about up and comers. But like, say if a battler's like really on a winning streak and he has a bad battle, no, we ain't gonna hold that one bad battle.
Oh yeah, like I said,
as an up and comer, you're only as good as your last battle because you're supposed to be progressing each battle.
Mm-hmm.
There's always, even for the top tiers, there's always something you can work on in life in general. Everybody knows there's always something you can better. So there's always something you can critique here and there and work on. But there's that in a nutshell.
It could. Well, and here's another thing that could happen, right? Like it could be, you know what I'm saying? Let's just say I'll use Prime as an example, right? You know what I'm saying? And let's say we had Prime booked. Your Prime is battling Bing.
Yeah. That was a bar. I'll use Prime as an example. I'll use Prime as an example.
Hey, yo, that bitch, you better use that. If he used that, take it out.
Hey, look, if he did, you got to take it out now.
But
use Prime example or Prime as an example. No,
you still because I said it first. See? You know what I mean? But Prime got bins now, right? But let's just say hypothetically we had Prime booked on a September card, against another battle, a bigger name, a PDP for that matter. You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? Let's just
shout out my bro PDP.
Shout out PDP. You know what I'm saying? But Prime, not saying that this is gonna happen, but maybe Prime doesn't go out there and maybe he doesn't body bins like he should. You know what I'm saying? These are examples. They're just examples, right? I'm not saying that but PDP is also on Never Scared as well.
Shout out to PDP.
Right? So PDP goes crazy. PDP goes crazy on his opponent, right? Well, guess what? Now Prime Time and PDP doesn't make sense anymore. That's not saying y'all don't get plates, but we booked y'all in advance with the assumption or the hope that y'all will both go crazy and the matchup would make sense. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Well, now we got to find another op for PDP and Prime because this battle didn't get set up in the way that we wanted it to. Sometimes battle rap, I think a lot of times battle rap should be equated to either boxing, MMA, or even wrestling. People talk about wrestling all the time. Right. So, you come in and you could be the number one contender, but if you lose that spot. Yeah. So
lose the belt.
You could come into a fight like, all right, this is the last fight I need to solidify my spot before I go up against with the opportunity to win this heavyweight belt. Bong, I lost. Guess what? I can't do that now. So it's someone else's turn.
I gotta go back. Like just like a perfect example. Like let's use boxing. You were going up to fight the fight for the belt. You lost. Do you get to come right back and fight for the belt again? No. You don't. You gotta go back and fight somebody else.
Yeah. You don't. Like again, real world examples, right? My guy. What's my guy's name? My dude.
Deontay Wilder. Yeah, there you go. But that's a perfect example, like to reference battle rap. Because if you, like he said, say we got you, and PD like that, and then but PD and you lose and PDP does good. We also got to work the battler. PDP might not want to battle you neither. So you know what I'm saying? Even if we wanted to keep the battle, he might not want to battle you because of that.
Guess what? I got a battle rap example I can use. This is how much battle rap I watch, right? So let's talk about, and I know this is all about Ibattle, but they're all friends, so we can talk about this, right? Real Deal is the KOTD champ.
Shout out Real Deal, Justice for
Shout
Charlie.
out Real Deal.
Justice for Charlie.
Saint won the Grand Prix tournament. That was the matchup that they were talking about, the next championship matchup, because Real Deal beat Sharon. He held on to the belt. Saint has the tournament belt. We just started a new season 1. Saint lost his first battle in the season. Do you think Real Deal's going to take this battle now? Nope. Sorry. You fumbled the ball on the goal line, Saint. You fumbled the ball on the goal line. Now, can he get back? Yeah, after a few battles, but, that's the battle rap correlation.
Because the way that looks to people like us from the outside looking in, other people that do the same thing is, all right, well, you won the tournament, and since then, evidently,
but yeah, definitely, it does reflect that, and I feel like every league should have a power ranking, like y'all said. Yeah, but being that packing off what y'all was saying, do y'all have a group conversation and been like, okay, Prime get this and this and this, Benz get this and this and this, we can get this and this and this, PDP get this, Lower Spar get this, and then y'all can be like, okay, and move things around. Because at the same time, it's like, even though I didn't get the call from the next card, being that if I do what I was supposed to do, because I seen the progress of Ibattle, I seen the people that went viral from Ibattle, I seen the eyes and people shouting out Ibattle, because y'all is, like I said, global but local at the same time. So being that y'all both at that, y'all have a lot of eyes on y'all, so y'all can just be Tom Brady going from 100-some pick to being the GOAT the next month. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And all come from Ibattle. Yeah. So being said, do y'all see a person and be like, oh yeah, we gotta have him, and we gotta have him on the next card because we can make him a star?
Facts. No, yeah. I mean, it happened with Black Man. Yeah.
It happened with people like Sino and Mac. I'll be real with you, because I'm not. Sino was originally, but before the Sino actually battled on Road Rage, there was talks of us booking him against another battler for the next card. And then when him and Mac, when he showed out, and then Mac showed out on the studio series after it, it actually changed. Sino got Mac, and Mac got Sino, and it was way better. I don't say way better, but it was a better. It made a lot more sense. So that wasn't really originally Sino's next battle that we had talked about.
And it was personally requested from Lex publicly.
Yeah. And then Lex was really...
It don't get better than that.
Don't get better than that. Don't get better than that. It don't.
Yeah. Shout out Lex, bro, because if it wasn't for Lex, we couldn't do what we doing out here.
Definitely shout out Lex, man. Thanks for having me, man. For real. But being said, man,
shout out Paul. Paul don't get Paul. A lot of people might not know him because they don't see him on camera or nothing. Paul is a big part of what goes on behind the scenes, and Paul. Shout out Paul. He's a real solid dude. There's not many.
No, man. This is definitely y'all interview. I'm having real fun with this. I'm learning ins and outs of being over there. But like I said, this is my first time, man. Please. I heard y'all got Sandman over there with brooms and stuff like that. So Yeah,
That's
sleepy
like
walk. So I don't know what's going on over there. I'm just trying to know what's going on if I can prepare myself. You know what I'm saying? I just want to know. I don't want the boy. I don't want the sad man to calm. I don't want to get gone. I don't want none of that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to
do your job. Do your job, and you ain't got to worry about the same man.
There you go.
Being that the verse is coming up, Dipset and the Locks, man. We going off talking right now. Who do y'all got?
I got Dipset all day.
Let's go.
I'm like, Dipset's got too many.
I definitely was going to end this live. I was going to end this interview. Y'all said the Lock.
Shout out Jadakiss and Locks. But I just feel like Dipset's got way more hits that, you know.
And it's respectfully to the Locks. Because they have hits. But when you start, like, the Locks, they have hits together, right?
Yeah.
And maybe a few hit, one or two. Like, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm. They got more solo hits than they do together. Like Jadakiss.
But see, the hits that the Locks have been a part of ain't all their records. But here's what I say about it. It's like the Locks have some records that they could pull out as a crew or that they featured on that have other legends on them, right? But when you break down to each team member, they got weak links, right? Like for underground shit, you could always go to Styles P, but then it's not gonna be hits. Jadakiss has a few hits as a solo artist. I think Styles has one big hit as a solo artist, and then Sheek, he's just underground, right? Like, yeah, the Dipset, they got hits as a group,
bro. That's a
and
gang,
each one of them have several individual hits. Several. Like that catalog is it's gonna get crazy. It's gonna be a fun night. I got Dipset.
I definitely got Dipset.
Yeah, I definitely did too.
But I'm not gonna hold y'all time any longer, man. We had a wonderful interview. Before we get out, man, make sure, where can they find y'all?
KoolNerd on my socials, man. Kev the KoolNerd on Instagram and on Twitter. If you search Kev the KoolNerd, you'll probably find me on FB as well. You know what I mean? So boom, that's it. It's easy, right? Kev the KoolNerd, cool with a K. KoolNerd is all one word. That's how we do it.
All right. Bull.
Facebook is the Bull. So if you type in the Bull, either one of them, you can get it. I'm just not on Instagram that much. I'm on there. It's the Bull on everything. On Twitter, it's the Bull. You be on Facebook and Instagram. It's just the Bull. But I don't really spend a lot of time on Instagram. I spend most of mine on Twitter and Facebook. That's it, really. You can always find us at an Ibattle event.
Ooh, definitely pull up. Speaking of Ibattle, man, it's going down this weekend. Get your tickets, man. A 3-day event is going to be crazy. Twerk is in the building, Loso in the building, Ness in the building, Court Hendricks in the building, man. These guys in the building. Bricks, Barry in the building. Zeno. Come on, man. Come on,
this,
man. You gotta be
there. I'll say this real quick. We do have online pre-sale tickets. It's a weekend pass on Eventbrite for $60. That's $20 for each day. If you plan on coming all 3 days, that's going to make it cheaper on you. There's been a lot of people asking about single days. We're going to take cash at the door. It'll be 20 Friday, 30 Saturday, 40 Sunday.
Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Dub in the building, Kid in the building. Oh man, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
Hey, what's the address Friday? I can tell you Saturday and Sundays at the Doghouse, which is 4622 East Ponce de Leon Avenue in Clarkston, Georgia. Shout out to Doghouse. That's dope venue. A lot of battle rap events been there. Be our first time there. Well, no, Road Rage, we did have day 3 there. So it'll be our first full weekend, our first whole both days there.
Yeah, the Doghouse.
They good people. They got a bar and they got a grill. They cook wings, food. They got some of the best wings you ever ate.
Definitely. I definitely got to perform over there, but I've been there. And they definitely got them wings. They got the wings.
I got the address, Legacy Cuts, 3425 Centerville Highway, Snellville, GA.
On that, dude, that bar, that night, the venue entrance is at the back. It will be around back. when we start the event, the front door will be closed. We'll have people directing you, but just so people know that the entrance to the day one venue is the back door.
Y'all heard it here first, man. Any last words?
Subscribe to the Ibattle TV app. Download, subscribe to Ibattle TV app. Subscribe to Ibattle TV on YouTube. Subscribe to the KoolNerd podcast on YouTube.
Do that.
Yeah.
Do that.
That's what we have with it.
Do that.
Never Scared 6 to 8 this week.
It's my birthday weekend.
Shout out to my man. If y'all made it to this far, in this video, comment happy birthday, Kev the KoolNerd.
Yeah.
All tag it up.
Yeah, and that way we know if you watched the whole video or not anyway. Shout out to Kev. Happy birthday to Kev. And shout out, subscribe to Ibattle TV, subscribe to Ibattle YouTube, subscribe to KoolNerd Podcast, subscribe to Primetime's channel.
Subscribe, yes. Come on.
Subscribe. You heard it here first.
Hit that like button. It costs you nothing.
Nothing. It costs you nothing to show love, man. Nothing to show love.
Support the people that support you. Support the people that support you.
Because you better remember this face. Because all these people that didn't hit the subscribe button, woo, when I'm on URL King of the Dot, oh man.
Come on.
I don't know you.
Right.
I don't know you. Security.
You weren't with me when I was shooting these pods? You wasn't with me.
You weren't with me in the jail. Yeah. You with me in the jail, man. I'm gonna have a KoolNerd there.
Yeah, listen.
Hey, bro. Listen, I think we passed that now.
We definitely, man.
I do want to shout out our sponsors from Never Scared. Zombie Treats. I do want to shout out our sponsors from Never Scared. Zombie Treats will be in the building with edibles, all homemade edibles, gummies, cookies. Shout out Kelvin Aparicio, the Modern Crowd. They'll be in there with their merchandise and doing interviews. Those are both of our official sponsors for Never Scared.
Thanks. Thank y'all boys for coming out, man. Thanks for the Kev. Thanks for the Bull. Ibattle's in the building. KoolNerd podcast in the building, man. You already know what it is. And if y'all looking for management, y'all about to hit these mans up.
Holla at me.
They ain't playing.
We here.
Not playing.
We here.
Time battle of the night. Why not?
Oh! Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why not?
You about to go book me. You about to book me for the next. Wow, that man. I'm a wow.